Hi there, this is NekitaNet and this is the second attempt at this specific live stream of office hours. So let's do that entire thing again. Couple of days back I had a little bit of an incident with a cup of water, boiling water. It poured over my hand, so I had to basically bandage it up because I endured second-degree burns, which is not nice, I will tell you that. An entire evening of considerable pain on this nice little piece of skin, but I had something after that to ensure that it didn't get infected with with burns. That's a very major concern because you both have to keep them dry and protected, especially going outside and doing stuff and touching stuff and not being able to properly wash up, which is of course not all that well for the drying skin that has to basically peel off. Now I'm not going to show you the wound itself, that's gross. We don't like gross things, but I am going to show you these bandages. So let's switch over to the desk, and yes, I'm ensuring I have my lapel microphone here properly because last episode I forgot that, the one you can't see anymore because I've privatized that video. But let's switch over to the desk cam and take a look. So what I've got here is Hansaplast Sensitive XL, sterilized, pre-packaged, individually wrapped package of 5, and strips of the same stuff which aren't sterilized because of course they are basically just in the box, right? So I used this 5 times to wrap my burn up very nicely, and they came, like stated, individually wrapped and according to the package sterilized. Unsure about that, but there's a special thing about this, and for that we'll just switch over to this package and take a look. This is a strip, a complete strip, and it's a fabric type of bandage with a center part that's about 2.3 centimeters, so 2.3 centimeters and 6 centimeters long, right? Am I right about that? No, I'm wrong about that. There's a meter in here and it's 6 centimeters wide, so I'm unsure how long this is, but there is something of an indicator of that, so that's 9.9 centimeters long. But the interesting part about this is that it is antiseptic because there is silver infused in the padding, and let's destroy this one because that won't be usable after I've done this. But let's open it up and take a look. Now this sticky stuff, let's ensure I'm in frame first, but yes, the sticky stuff is very sticky, extremely sticky, so I'm going to fold it over as best I can, and it's very flexible, so most likely I won't be able to do that properly, but this stuff is very interesting. Supposedly, according to Hansaplast, the company that, the branding that's on here at least, this is infused with silver, and silver in itself is normally slightly naturally antiseptic, which means that for a burn like this that I have, which has to stay dry but could use a little bit of antiseptic treatment, this is ideal. I wouldn't mix this bandage with using a dose, one could say, or a drop of betadine or povidone iodide, or iodium as we call it here in the Netherlands, or at least used to call it iodium before the sting got taken out of it. Povidone iodide, if you need to know what that is, Google it. But basically that's a wet antibiotic, which on cuts and wounds, I put a drop on a normal bandage in the middle and put it on, and it dries and it keeps the wound, it prevents or tries to prevent at least infection. That's my personal way of doing that. I'm not saying that's the right way of doing that, but this is a solution for having a wound that has to stay dry while you also want to protect it, working outside and stuff like that, right? So these strips are very handy. You can cut them, ensure you've got clean hands before handling them, of course, and use a proper cutting device. And if you're a little bit skittish because there is a wound with blood involved, use something like this, of a bond scar, as we call it here in the Netherlands, but it doesn't have a pointy bit, so you can't really stab yourself with at least part of the scissory bit. I like this one, and it was rather cheap, so I got it for my additional bandaging box, because I've got multiple first aid kits, as should you. Always check them, by the way, for expiration dates. Now, this fabric, as stated, is very flexible, so it conforms to the hand. The first couple of days I used, as stated, this one because that was all I had, and I saw it in the shop and I wanted to try it out because of the silver in there, and the type of wound was appropriate for this, so I tried them out. But as you can see on here, it is completely wrapped around with the flexible sticky stuff, so that's a little bit of a hassle when conforming it to your hand, right? It doesn't really stay on. Well, it does stay on there, but it gets peeled in spots, which isn't good. So for this wound, at least, putting this, well, at least half of this strip on the wound, and it's quite a bit of nastiness under here, but it's very handy because you've got the ends that are open, which also means it breathes better. I personally think this stuff, even though this might be a little bit less permeable for air, it does breathe, which is good for this burn I have. So this is handy, especially if you've got an existing first aid kit and want to put in some of these. They're pre-wrapped and sterilized according to the packaging, and they've got two sizes, which I saw in the shop at least, the XL and the XXL variant, and I've got the XL. And the active part, or the part you should put on the wound, is 4 by 3 centimeters. This is 2.3 by, as we measured, 10 centimeters. Never put the sticky stuff on the wound, because of course if you pull the bandage off, you'll open up, most likely at least, the wound. So, am I content with this product? Yes, though there is a big disclaimer, as there should be with medical stuff. And I'm going to put this one back because I don't want to get it dirty, because it will go on a wound one day at least, because, well, let's face it, we all get scrapes and cuts. But there is a disclaimer for this video, and that is, I'm not a doctor, so always consult your doctor when using or trying medical implements like this, or, well, bandages even, because sometimes the active ingredients, components, the silver, you might react badly, or it might be inappropriate for the type of wound you're trying to bandage. You might have to get some well, steri strips or a suture even from a professional medical practitioner. I'm not one of those, so I'm just expressing my opinion about this product, and I'm very content with it as far as I've used it. Right? Appropriate wound for the appropriate product in my layman's experience. So, the disclaimer is properly, well, there are 2 disclaimers even in the description. Heed them very well. Consult a doctor. So, this is NekitaNet saying, I hope you found this video interesting. Like or dislike this video, this episode of Office Hours, at your discretion, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and if you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell and also send all notifications for this channel, so you will be updated when a new video is posted. So, this is NekitaNet saying, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.